Welcome back to Music Theory Logic. Andrew here. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about metronome playing as it relates to musicianship. In my case, I used the metronome mainly to become a more proficient guitar player. And I've actually found a love for playing with the metronome. I promise you, if you try playing scales to a metronome and you lose yourself in the repetition, that becomes very much like a meditation. So try it. But I stumbled across these sheets that I had where I was keeping track of my actual speed in these different exercises. All right, and I would date them. And it just occurs to me that for those of you out there learning guitar or learning to play piano, perhaps another instrument, perhaps even producing music, it can help a lot to just track your progress and kind of no matter what, like if you're putting work in, you're going to get better. And when you get better, it feels good. It can be hard in the moment when you're playing guitar or you're producing tracks. Like, is my stuff better than it was? Am I making improvements? Using the metronome to literally check how fast you can play stuff is a really, really simple systematic way to measure your improvement. And so the first sheet I did this for many years. These just happen to be the two latest that I can find. This is November 12th, a couple days before my birthday in 2018. It's crazy to think that was 4 years ago at this point. It's 2022 in this video. Here's one from a little bit less than a year later. This is May 17th, 2019. And I could see just from these patterns that I had improved in speed. Now, side note, music is not about how fast it is. It's not about flexing what you can do. It's about creating things people enjoy to listen to, right? But that doesn't mean doing things that you couldn't do before on an instrument isn't really fun. And I like to think that my practice on guitar, music production, ear training, music theory, all this stuff, it doesn't matter that I know music theory. It doesn't matter that I can play a scale at a certain speed. What matters is that the less limitations I have or you have towards the kind of music we put out, then the more we're limited by just our creativity. So I've always liked the idea of learning to play faster because it makes me able to play something fast should I ever feel like it fits a section. I've done it from time to time. I also think it makes playing things that are slower also easier. So I'll demonstrate some of these perhaps in some shorts. So you'd help me out a lot by subscribing to the channel. But I will say that, so the last one I could find was 2019. It's 2022. That's 3 years ago. So I have gotten a lot faster and more proficient in those 3 years. And that makes me feel like my work has meant something, which is really cool. And it, again, part of learning an instrument isn't about showing other people you can play an instrument. It makes you closer to the music you like. So it's even cooler playing a song that you like along with the recording than just listening to the recording, right? But it's also about learning like about ourselves. And no matter who you are, unless you learned an instrument before you really remember, for me, piano was somewhat like that. But guitar, I really remember not being very good. I remember learning Damn It by Blink-182 and feeling like that was impossible. I learned Sweet Child of Mine and it sounded terrible for like a long time. And now I can play that stuff really quite well. I'd be happy to play any requests that you have. I'm up to like 14 minutes into Pike 65 from Buckethead. So there's lots of stuff I can't play, but that's why I keep practicing. And again, it's fun. It's good for the brain. Keep track of your speed, play to a metronome. And again, you'll see some progress. It makes you more pragmatic. Anytime you write something down, it brings it from an idea into the real world, and then you can hold yourself accountable. Hopefully that helps. I can't tell you how many times I was told to play with a metronome before I actually did. And believe me, it won't feel like work and starts to feel like a meditation, or you get lost in playing. And that's really kind of enjoyable. It helps you to reach what we would call a flow state, where your fingers and your creative part of your brain are just kind of connected, and you're not really thinking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just playing. So hopefully that helps. Shred on, my friends, and I will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.